Hello and welcome to the weekly fundamental podcast. I'm Rasmi Koza from Kotak Securities. On the international front, last week the S&P 500 rose 2.6%, the Dow Jones rose 4.1%, and the Nasdaq Composite Index rose 3.1%. The S&P 500 and Dow Jones are now at their 52-week highs, whereas the Nasdaq Composite Index is 6% away from its 52-week high. As per CNBC article, energy stocks, industrials and financials have risen quite smartly in the last 1 month. On the other side, the S&P technology sector is down 5.4% over the last 1 month. European markets rallied by 3.7% last week after the ECB pledged to ramp up the bond buying program and bond yields corrected. In the US, the president signed the $1.9 trillion stimulus bill into law on last Thursday. In reaction, the yield on benchmark 10-year note hit 1.64% on Friday, the highest level since February of last year. Investors are expecting the reopening to happen faster and economic growth to be stronger than anticipated. If bond yields rise further, it could impact technology and growth stocks more due to their high valuations. Anyways, this year investors are moving more towards cyclicals on the back of expected economic recovery. The Federal Reserve meets on this Tuesday and Wednesday. While there is no rate action expected, the Fed's view on forthcoming inflation and bond yields could impact global markets. Central banks have been one of the big driving forces for equity markets in the last few years, hence their meetings become very crucial for investors. Also, central banks are the biggest influencers of bond yields. Based on Bloomberg Economics, consumers in US have accumulated roughly $1.7 trillion of excess savings since the beginning of crisis through January 2021. Personal savings rate in the US has now stabilized around 20% as compared to the pre-COVID cycle average of around 7%. The second round of stimulus is set to push GDP growth to its pre-pandemic trend by middle of this year. Elevated savings will also help the economy to recover faster once the pandemic is under control and consumers start using the savings to spend on goods and services. In emerging markets, the rising bond yields is putting pressure on most of them. In the last few weeks, the performance of MSCI emerging markets has lagged that of developed markets. Except for commodity exporting countries, most emerging market currencies have depreciated between 1 and 2.6% against the USD in this month to date period. The MSCI Emerging Market Index has also broken the 50-day moving average and is 12% away from the 200-day moving average. So that was on the international side. Coming to India, the Nifty 50 gained 0.6% last week, taking it above the 15,000 mark once again. In sectors, the BSE IT index was up 3.3% last week, followed by BSE Capital Goods, which was up 1.6%. On calendar year to date basis, the Nifty Mid Cap Index is up 15.7% and the BSE Small Cap Index is up 17.2% versus the 7.5% rise of Nifty 50. On macro data, the February CPI inflation rose to 5.03%. Core inflation, which is inflation excluding food, fuel and tobacco, came in at 5.7%. Higher CPI reading despite stable food prices highlights the challenges to the inflation outlook amid rising commodity and oil prices and also demand side pressures. Inflation should broadly remain within the RBI's target band and provide comfort to the RBI to retain its accommodative stance for now. We expect CPI inflation to average 5.3% in FY22 fiscal year. The January IIP data was not very encouraging. IIP in January fell by 1.6% as against a rise of 1.6% in December 2020. On a sectoral basis, mining and manufacturing production were down 3.7 and 2% respectively. However, electricity production registered a strong growth of 5.5%. The loss of momentum in industrial production shows that economic recovery remains at a nascent stage as of now. On the banking side, the recent loan growth number at 6.6% for February 12, 2021 was the best reading after May 2020, a period of nearly 9 months. Retail loan growth is showing better trends than other segments at 9% on a YOY basis. there is negligible contribution from corporate sector lending. Building a high loan growth estimate for FY22 is still not a well developed argument, as conditions continue to point towards a deleveraging cycle either for large corporates or MSMEs. An update on auto sector. As per our analysis, automotive OEMs raw material basket prices have increased by 190 to 580 bips from Q2 FY21 levels over the last two quarters, mainly due to the sharp jump in commodity prices. OEMs have taken price hikes in the range of 1.5 to 4% over the past two quarters. However, we believe this will not completely offset the impact of commodity inflation and expect gross margins of automotive OEMs to get negatively impacted during Q4 FY21 anywhere between 50 to 400 bips. Till Q2 FY21 markets were driven more by valuation re-rating. Earnings growth is now leading the next phase of uptick in the market. In this context, Q3 earnings have been quite broad based, and expectations are that future earnings growth could also be broad based. Due to rising commodity prices and improvement in demand, many old economy sectors and cyclical sectors should also participate in future earnings growth. Due to the rising bond yields, valuations could moderate in future, even though earnings growth could be very strong. Going by the recent moves, there is selling pressure at high levels, which is capping the gains in Nifty 50. The bond yields are also moving erratically, which could keep volatility on the higher side. All eyes will be on the Fed action going forward, and for Nifty 50, it needs to sustain above 15,000 decisively for the next uptrend to continue. In terms of investments, very few pockets are showing signs of great returns at this point of time. We would be more bold in recommending stocks as and when the risk reward ratio turns favorable and we have more stocks with 20 to 30% upside. So we'll just want to just wait out and see if there is a decent correction in the market, then we would be more comfortable recommending stocks going forward. So that's it from my side for this week. Thanks everyone for listening to this podcast. Have a great week ahead.